This is Houston Newsmakers Extra. I've been talking with Dr. Ruth Simmons about her book, Up Home, One Girl's Journey. But I want to take this opportunity to talk to you about the travel you're doing right now. And you're doing things on college campuses that don't have anything to do with this book. Talk a little bit about what you're doing now post-presidency.
Well, this is a moment, we all know, where so many young people are discouraged by what they are hearing. Mm-hmm. They hear about rollbacks in what students are allowed to learn. They hear about shutting down of their histories. They hear about the elimination of affirmative action. And so there are many young people who are just questioning what they're going to be able to do with their lives. So one of my obligations I feel is to go around and to tell young people, don't worry. There have been times like this before. Mm-hmm. All you need to worry about is continuing to develop your mind, mm-hmm. continuing to move forward, continuing even to be hopeful, and to be especially open to every learning opportunity. I had a session yesterday with graduate students and undergraduate students at Harvard. And one girl approached me and she couldn't say anything. She just started crying. She said, I don't know what to do. Now, here's a student who is enrolled at Harvard. She's obviously very smart, but she's discouraged about what the future might look like. So one of the things I keep saying to educators is we've got to remember now that we have to be hopeful for our students. And I tell the story of coming along at a time when blacks had no civil rights. They had no ability to go into establishments. We couldn't have imagined a future better than that. And yet there were those who were hopeful and who imagined it for us. Mm-hmm. So I think adults have to remember, educators have to remember, we have to carry that for these young people. We have to be hopeful, and we have to look to the future and encourage them to understand that times do change. And now, right now, with what's going on in the world, it's even more chaotic for college campuses. Yes. Do you find that stress on Harvard's campus? And very much so, because Harvard is really in the worst possible situation because of the intensity of the struggle on the campus. Mm-hmm. Letters flying back and forth between faculty on one side or another, castigations by donors who want to take their money out of the university because they're angry about what has been done or what has not been done and so forth. So it's a very tough time in general for leadership. Mm-hmm. Whether you're in Congress or whether you're the president of the United States or whether you're a university president, everything seems fraught. So here's the advice that I'm giving to leaders. I talk about the time in my career when people said I was doing absolutely the wrong thing, that my career was over, that I'd never recover from it, and so forth. And I explained to them that the very things that I was being castigated for are the things that I'm most celebrated for today. So you have to let history have its due, and that is, in the moment, people can't see beyond perhaps the chaos and the questions. But over time, if you hew to the right course, which is all about your ethics, all about your calm leadership, all about your vision, all about your openness and generosity and inclusivity, that's what wins over time. So I hope people will keep that in mind. In this season of Thanksgiving, it seems to me that all that you have done throughout your life, and a book now that's doing well, I'm sure, what do you think of as Thanksgiving? What are you most thankful for at this time of the year? Well, I'm certainly grateful for my family. We're very close. And so many families that go through the things that we went through, abject poverty, challenges really for most of my older siblings' lives, that can tear people apart. and yet it drew us closer thanks to the guidance of our families. So I'm thankful for family most of all. I'm thankful that I was able to remain the same person all my life. And I was never tempted to become somebody that other people wanted me to be. And I didn't always know that that was the right course, but I realize now at my age that the fact that I hewed to what I was turned out to be the best thing. So last week, I was at Dillard University talking about my book. Well, Dillard, I was a horrible person at Dillard. I was a campus activist. I complained bitterly about programs, things that they shouldn't be doing. And then I get to go back to Dillard and be heralded as an alumna who is really showing the way for younger people. And so I feel gratified and thankful that what my parents taught me, my mother especially, helped me stay on the right course. And I'm just eternally grateful and thankful for the fact that she was in my life and that she gave a direction for me.
And I noticed that being the baby of the family, you were celebrated, and all your siblings loved you because you were the baby, correct?
No. No, they thought I was a pest.
And that turned out not to be true.
Well, it turned out, it was sort of true, but no, they felt protective toward me, first of all, because they thought I just really didn't have the right ideas and I was impossible. I was always running my mouth. You know how younger siblings are. And even today, I mean, it hasn't gone away. My brothers still remind me that, I had the benefit of serving on an automobile company board. My brothers were incensed about this because they thought, what on earth do these people think they're doing? You don't even know how to drive. And yet you're sitting on a company board for making automobiles. So they still give me grief. Yeah, but lovingly.
Lovingly. Well, we love you. You know that. Dr. Simmons, thank you for coming in and being a part of our Thanksgiving as well. Good luck on the continued sale of your book.
Thank you.
Up Home, One Girl's Journey. It is an absolute stocking stuffer for the holidays. So thank you. And this is Houston Newsmakers Extra. Please share this with everyone you know.